Hello everybody, Tommyruin here, and today I'm going to be going over a build I've been using that has been quite effective in instance PvP. Now, as you know, I came back to the game recently and had no REs and no gear to do anything. Coming up against fully geared players decked out in random enchants is hard in PvP. You get owned basically, and when you see someone like Naxgal coming down towards you in your blues, you might as well just sit down and accept your fate. So I decided to switch things up a bit. I knew I was never going to win a 1v1 fight and noticed many people were preoccupied with fighting in these battlegrounds. I remembered back in beta that my friend Nyland made a flag running build for games like Warsong Gulch and Eye of the Storm, and the concept is to be as tanky as possible whilst also being able to move quickly across the map. So I decided to build upon this concept and use it whilst I built up the resources to make a damage based PvP build. So with this build I have been running with no random enchants that will benefit my character, and this is simply because I don't actually have any random enchants that would benefit me for PvP. So this build is perfect for people who are fresh at level 60 and want to grind that Call to Arms weekend for some Grand Marshal or High Warlord gear and jump into level 60 content. This build is all about survivability as well as speed, being able to get from one side of the map to the other in a flash, leaving enemies in your wake. So let's jump in and take a look at some of the talents and abilities. In Druid we are picking up Bark Skin for the damage reduction on cooldown and Innovate to regen some mana when we are in a tight spot. We have Travel Form to run across the map as well as to remove us from roots and snares, which is really important. And then we also have Remove Curse to get rid of Curse of Exhaustion, which is used quite a lot in PvP. In Hunter we have Disengage so that we can remove ourselves from the fight, and it also allows us to vault off the tunnel in Warsong Gulch, gaining us quite a lot of distance, completely untouched by anyone across the map. In the Mage Tree we have Blink, which we've also talented with Improved Blink, and then this reduces the chance we are hit after we blink by 30%, which gives us some survivability if we need to get away. We also have Frost Armor and Frost Nova. Frost Armor helps slow down any melee attackers, whilst Frost Nova combined with Blink allows for a lot of distance to be created from anyone trying to get you when you go for the flag. In the Fire Mage talent tree we have Blazing Speed, which gives us a 10% chance to increase movement speed by 50% and dispel movement impairing effects when we are hit by an attack. So this is really nice to get out of a tight spot should it proc. And then we also have Fiery Payback, which reduces the damage we take when we are under 35%, as well as giving us a chance to disarm the attacker when they attack us. So really nice against melees. In the Paladin tree we're picking up Cleanse, which is useful to remove Judgment of Justice, which stops our movement speed increases, and then Hand of Freedom, which I personally don't use often enough to be honest, and that grants immunity to movement impairing effects, which is very useful should you be up against people that are constantly trying to slow you down. I've also picked up Divine Shield, and this is only for times when you are not carrying the flag. If you have the flag and you Divine Shield, you drop it, which is a massive waste of time. So that's not good. I only use Divine Shield if I'm running across the map to go and pick up the flag, say to stop someone else from capping, and then this gives you 6 seconds uninterrupted movement and it allows you to heal up, dash away and go and get the flag before they can cap it. And then talent wise I've picked up Holy Shock for the instant cast heal, which is really nice. It can't be interrupted so you can't be locked out of healing from it, as well as Blessing of Sanctuary for the 10% stamina and the 3% damage reduction buff. And then Ardent Defender is nice as it reduces damage taken when under 35% by 10%. The Priest tree is where most of the magic happens. We have Power Word Shield, Power Word Fortitude and Inner Fire. These three offer a lot of survivability and are buffed by their respective talents. Psychic Scream is very useful utility to allow you to open up a gap to get away from groups chasing you down, and in the talents we buff Inner Fire and Power Word Fortitude, as well as reduce our incoming damage with Mental Strength. Focused Will increases our crit chance by 3% whilst also reducing all damage taken by 2% when we are crit, and it also increases our healing by 2%. Renewed Hope similarly reduces the damage you take by 3% after we use Power Word Shield. In Holy Priest, Body and Soul is a really nice talent that gives us a speed boost when we use our Power Word Shield. Circle of Healing is yet another instant cast heal, and that can also help our team when you are healing them in the mid if you're caught in a team fight. Then Dispersion in Shadow Priest reduces damage taken by 90% for a short amount of time, and it also regenerates mana, and unlike Divine Shield, it can be used whilst carrying the flag, so it is very nice utility. In Rogue we have Sprint and Improved Sprint, which reduces its cooldown and allows it to remove snares. We have Enveloping Shadows, which reduces damage from AoE abilities by 30%, and this is really nice because it reduces Blade Storm damage, which kills people a lot in PvP. Cheat Death is really nice should it proc, and then in the Shaman tree we have Earth Living Weapon to increase our healing power, which should keep us alive longer, and then talents to increase our survivability, so Astral Shift, which reduces damage taken while stunned. Thunderstorm is a great ability to knock people off the roof in the bases of Warsong Gulch, and then the flag area in Eye of the Storm, which is so much fun. Just getting that talent for that is so worth it. And then we also have Earth Shield and Riptide in Resto Shaman for that extra tankiness. Finally, in Warlock we have Life Tap to get on-demand mana, we have Curse of Exhaustion to reduce enemy speed, and then Never Protection to reduce incoming spell damage, and Shadow Fury for an AoE stun. And then finally in Warrior we have Defensive Stance for a 10% damage reduction. So as you can see, this build is very tanky. It takes a lot of damage reductions as well as self heals and stamina increases to make you stay alive for as long as possible, whilst also increasing your speed quite a lot. So when you're running around, you want to be casting Power Word Shield as often as possible. You want to slow enemies down with Curse of Weakness, cleanse any slow reductions or dots, and generally just speed around avoiding people. You'll pick up a lot of tips as you go around on how to keep moving. Personally, I like to keep my movement erratic and unpredictable and use terrain to your advantage. Ideally, you want to stay indoors. This means that players can't mount and you'll be unmatched force speed when you are indoors, so use that to your advantage. So that's all from me for this video. This is a really easy PvP build if you're trying to get into PvP and want to get some gear and random enchants together for a damage based PvP build. In the description I have put a list of builds that I am working on and the REs I need to make them work. So if anyone out there has some REs on Underhall that I've listed in that spreadsheet, and you can help me compile what I need to make more build videos, that would be really great. Thanks to this video goes to Nesta, who donated some gold, which really helped while testing this build out. So yeah, enjoy speeding around, capping flags and getting some easy honour, and I will see you again in the next video. Is it you? Is it me?